Yay! Run, run, run!
Charles was born 4 years ago, conceived using in vitro fertilisation or IVF. It cost a total of £50,000 because his mother, Isabella, was denied the treatment on the NHS.
I felt incredibly let down. I felt unsupported and let down. And I felt this is terribly unfair. And you know, you'll often read about people having 3 cycles in one place and 1 cycle in another. You know, it really should be harmonised. Everybody needs to have a try.
This street in South London illustrates just how arbitrary the system can be. Live in this direction and couples would be eligible for 1 cycle of IVF on the NHS. But live in this direction and the purse strings are held by Croydon Clinical Commissioning Group, and it's decided not to fund any IVF on the NHS at all. Croydon is one of 6 local areas in England where the NHS will no longer pay for IVF at all. 176 local areas offer 1 or 2 treatment cycles or place restrictions like a limited age range. Just 27 will pay for the 3 cycles of IVF recommended by NICE, the body which decides best practice for the NHS. By contrast, Scotland does follow that guidance in full.
If they don't get the chance, it can have long-term emotional, psychological and mental health effects, and because women cannot come to terms, some women cannot come to terms with the fact that they were never able to try.
The body which represents the clinical commissioning groups that make these funding decisions says the NHS does not have unlimited resources, and now that money is so tight, they are forced to make difficult decisions that balance the needs of the individual against those of their entire local population.
The NHS has to undergo some rationing, but if we're going to have a policy on infertility, it should be a national policy. I think it's iniquitous that not only is there what we call a postcode lottery, but it's also variable in terms of who can get access in terms of the particular conditions.
1 couple in 6 has difficulty conceiving a child, but where they live plays a big part in determining what chance the NHS gives them of becoming parents.